welcome back to my channel. It's Danielle, Beauty for You, and today we are going to be cooking today. I haven't done a cooking tutorial in a while, and you ladies have been asking for me to get back on camera and cook for you guys. So today I'm actually going to be making some sweet potato pies. It is close to the holiday. Thanksgiving is around the corner, so everyone's been running out obviously to try to get those patty pies. But if you can't make it to the store, they're all sold out. You can just stay home and just make your own pie with these simple ingredients. So what you're going to need is, of course, your sweet potatoes, which I have already washed here. I'm just going to peel them and I'm going to chop them up. You're going to need some granulated sugar, some evaporated milk, some light brown sugar, some vanilla extract, some nutmeg, some ground cinnamon, and some ginger. And of course you're going to need 2 eggs, and you're going to need some softened room temperature butter, as well as the pie crust. I do not make my pie crust. I use regular frozen pie crust, and this pie crust actually was sitting out for a little while, for probably about 10 minutes now. So, and of course I have my water over here in this pot, and it is boiling. So I'll be right back. I'm going to wash my potatoes, well, rinse them again, and I'm going to peel them and I'm going to chop them up, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am back and I have diced up my sweet potatoes. So all together I think it was about 5 sweet potatoes I used. So I'm going to put this in my water. You want to make sure that you be careful doing this, because you don't want the water to splatter all over you. But you do want to make sure that you put enough water in the pot to cover the sweet potatoes completely. Okay? So you want to make sure that you cover your sweet potatoes. See? You want to make sure you have enough water. So I'm going to let that. I am so out of practice. Okay, so I'm going to let those boil for about, and well, until they're tender, until they're fork tender, and then I will be back. Okay guys, I'm back. I have my sweet potatoes here. They've been drained and cleansed with cold water after they come out. So I'm going to add in my sweet potatoes, and I'm going to do the sweet potatoes by itself. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, I don't have a masher, but I do have this whisk, and I kind of like just go in and I just chop up my potatoes pretty much. It would be good if you have like a masher, but I don't have one, so you can use this, or you can use a fork. You can use whatever utensil you like. It does get in between, so I usually just take a knife or something and just kind of like get it out in between. And you really just want to keep doing this and mashing this up until you get it all the chunks out, okay? And then what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to take my hand mixer. I don't have a standalone mixer. Maybe I'll get one for Christmas. It's on my list. They are good to have. But for now, I'm going to use the hand mixer. I'm going to be the old-fashioned way. So I'm going to continue to do this for a bit. Okay? And then I will go back and I will use my hand mixer, and I'm going to... Okay, well that wasn't in very well, was it? Okay, let's make sure that's in this time. Okay, I have to make sure this... Okay, so maybe this is the wrong one. I gotta find out what's going on with this. I'm gonna find out what happened. I'm going to continue to mash this up, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I went in with my beater, and Let me move in a little bit so you guys can see. And I like it to be at this consistency right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my ingredients. This is a stick of butter that has been at room temperature. I'm going to add in half a stick of butter, okay? I'm also going to take my evaporated milk. Typically I would do a half of cup of this. So I'm going to take and measure this. Actually, we're going to do a 1/4 cup of milk. So we're going to do a 1/4 cup of milk, okay? And I'm going to add my vanilla extract. You're going to do a half of teaspoon of that. Well, actually, I'm going to do a whole teaspoon because this is going to be a couple of pies. So we're going to add in, actually, let's do 2 tablespoons of that. And we are going to add our ground ginger, which you don't want to overpower it. So we are going to do 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, okay? And we're going to do the same thing for, now the nutmeg, you don't want too much nutmeg either. So actually with the nutmeg, I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of that also. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon of nutmeg as well. And for my cinnamon, I'm actually going to do a tablespoon of cinnamon, okay? I like mine to be have a lot of cinnamon taste to it, but you know, it's to each his own. That wasn't quite a tablespoon. Okay, so here we go. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Put all the ingredients in, and I'm going to add in my eggs. My eggs I'm going to crack in this bowl over here. I'm going to do 2 eggs. And I'm actually going to beat them up just a little bit. And I'm going to add my egg. And I'm going to incorporate this. So once I mixed those ingredients, now it's time for me to add my sugar. I'm going to add in a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and I am going to add a cup of regular granulated sugar, okay? And we're going to mix this also. When it comes to the crust, before I actually put the crust, the filling inside of there, what I want to do is I want to take my fork and I just like to put holes, poke holes all throughout the crust, even throughout the sides of the pan. I like to put holes everywhere. Okay, and this just allows my crust to, I don't know, it just cooks evenly. And I like it to have that really nice flaky feel. Crust to it. I want my crust to be a little flaky, so I'm going to do both of my pie crust just like that. And I'm going to put these pie crusts in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes. Just enough for it to get a little brown, but not too brown, but just get a little flaky, okay? So I'm going to put these in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. Well, I'm sorry, about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll be right back. So now I have taken the pie crust out, and now we are going to fill our pie crust with our filling. And like I told you, this is enough to make actually 2 pies. So you want to kind of like spread this out a little bit. Make it pretty. We'll put a little more in there. And make sure it's like evenly spread around and just make it look really, really pretty. Okay, so that's one pie. Now we're going to do the other one. Typically, I wouldn't even use my fingers, but my hands are clean. I would normally use a knife or something, but I don't have anything really near me. So, yeah. So there we go. Oh, here's a knife. 2 pies. Very pretty. And I am going to put these in the oven. Both of these pies are going to cook. I'm going to put these in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes, your own preference, how dark you want your pies. And I will be back with the finished results, guys.